I'm good to go. Welcome to Rhymes with Wow, a show that I do in between of doing all the other things that I do. I have a lot of goals. I have a lot of different things going on. I have a lot of plates spinning. It's actually how I like to operate. I, at times, talk about how difficult it would be and how I need an assistant. Actually, I do need an assistant, so if you have a resume and you're willing to work for free... No, I have a lot of goals. I work in advertising, so I want to excel in that field and grow within that field. I think there's ample opportunity for that. I do stand-up. I've mentioned it a few times. I think it would be great if I could get on more stages and get some more paying gigs and do stuff like Yuck Yucks or Absolute or travel to New York and do the Cellar and stuff like that. So I have goals there that I'm setting. I hope to see improvement in this show, that I can get better and get more engaging and actually just figure out what this show's voice is. Because sometimes it just kind of changes from time to time. But mostly it's a conversation from me to you. It's one-sided like it would be at a party. I'm kidding. I'd listen. Sort of. I have a podcast called The Development Slate. And it'd be really great to increase the listenership in 2017. Where we can talk about more movies and expand and have more guests in. There are a lot of guests that I want on the show. Joss Whedon would be cool. I wonder how long Ashley and I could stand to have a conversation with Max Landis. Doing some Canadian writers. Karen Walton, holler at us. You've bought me tequila a few times, so I feel like it'd be great if you had time to come on this podcast. Yeah, so my goal is to increase listenership on the podcast and expand it because it's actually a really good show. The Development Slate. Link in the description below. It's also a Dork Shelf podcast who has other podcasts on there. This wasn't meant to be an advertisement, but I'm doing these things and it's part of what I'm talking about today. So, Dork Shelf podcasts. Check out all their slate and us. Development Slate. 1 year strong. Going on. I like to have a better shoe collection. I mean, it's just nice to have shoes. It's not really a goal. It's just kind of like the result of everything else going well. And there's a lot of creative endeavors I want to go to. So it'd be nice to write a musical, write a screenplay, write a comic, and start the Bible for a TV show. That's a lot. Yeah. I have goals. And I don't think I'm very different from anybody else out there. I don't think what I want to do and what I'm doing is very different from what other people are capable of doing and other people are doing. I'm just kind of loud and kind of brash about what it is that I want. So how I tackle these things is I express what I want to do. I kind of divide things up and I take everything little by little. I also admit that I'm not good at anything. Like, I'm not even good at what I'm doing now, and I'm kind of just inventing this as I go along. I make up what I want to say and do, and then in my head I automatically assume that someone could do it better. A remix of Yeah, if you will. Kind of like Ignition. The remix is always better than the original, and no one has ever heard the original. That's not true. Some of you guys have, but you get the point. So what I like about multitasking, having all these different goals in mind and working on it, what it is that I work on, is some of these ideas feed each other, and I never focus on one thing too long to be bored with it. So everything still feels exciting and new and different ways to tackle it. But it doesn't help me doing all these different things when it'd be nice. All the creative endeavors I want to do, like writing, need some focus time, some attention, which will require me to stop doing things like this show, like the podcast, like stand up for like an extended period of a few weeks. And so in order for me to write scripts and get out some of the ideas I've written down, I would have to like focus on that, and that's a problem. And I feel like all these are doing well, and all of them are moving forward, but they could all benefit from some ample focus time. That is me admitting a fault. A flaw? Is that what you guys call them? Yeah. So at the end of the day, the best thing for me to do, and it helps doing like the podcast and comedy, and will help with writing, because now that I'm making more of a priority, I'm just doing it. It's just scheduling things, just putting dates and stuff in my phone. If I had my phone, I'd show you. But my phone, just going to the calendar and blocking off time, and then actually putting in what it is that I'm doing. So time for writing jokes, or time for working on outline, or podcast time. Like, schedule everything. It organizes yourself, and it makes you feel important to see all these different color blocks, because I color block what it is I'm doing. These different color blocks where you're like, I'm scheduled, this is what I'm going to do. So that's my word of advice. This is a long video to tell you to use your phone calendar more, but then you get to know me just a little bit more every episode. Does this help you? Do you guys have any other tips and tricks that you can pass on to me so I can do stuff like writing a musical would be very difficult, but I have a very good idea. So if you guys have any tips and tricks that I could use, that would be great. Let me know. Like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And find me on Facebook. All Yao Experience. Yeah. And tell your friends about this. 15 episodes in, I feel like there's something for everybody so far. Something. This has been another Yao Experience, and until next time, have a better one.